Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind Your Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind Your Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Welcome in. Glad to have you guys back in the stream, being a part here on the channel tonight as we got one of the top rivalries in all college basketball taking place. Once a year festivity going down this season on the Thursday before Christmas. We get the number 9 ranked Kentucky Wildcats on the road taking on the Louisville Cardinals for this matchup. The KFC Yum Center out in Louisville, Kentucky. Kentucky leading the all-time series, 38 victories, 17 losses. Both of these teams splitting the previous two. Kentucky coming off a win in the last one, 86-63. Last year, Louisville won back in 2020 on their home floor. The last time they played at KFC Yum Center, 62-59. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. This one should be a fun one tonight. Glad to have you guys on board once again. What's good? Bradley's pumped up for this one. Chris, glad to have you back in the stream, man. Welcome in, everybody. Make sure to keep on voting out in that poll if you haven't done so. Who you guys like tonight in this one here, Kentucky or Louisville? A couple of years ago, I remember covering these two teams. It was right before New Year's. I think that was in 2019 going to 2020. And man, that was just wild. Crazy game. That was when Tyrese Maxey was playing for Kentucky at the time in the 2019-2020 season. These two teams have only met each other twice after that. So this will be the third time after that. The last meeting that went into overtime back in 2019. But tale completely between these two teams is just opposites of each other. But a rivalry game, crazy upsets this year we've had. Gonna throw the records out the window because anything could happen. Chicago State won against Northwestern. Anything crazy could happen this season. Kentucky 8-2 record. Ranked at number 9 in the nation. By the way, this is their first road game this year as well for Big Blue. They're coming off 2 straight wins, and their last loss came against the mid-major UNC Wilmington, 80-73, which UNC Wilmington's having an excellent season. Record of 8-2, just one of the many mid-majors that has been able to upset teams this season. Louisville's been upset against a couple mid-majors this year, 5-6 record. They've been pretty well on their home floor, 5-2 at home. And they're only one of 2 teams right now in the ACC that has a losing record. The other one's Notre Dame, which is having a really tough season. Lori, welcome to the stream. I can't show the actual game due to copyright. It's play-by-play only, so it'll sound like the radio call over here. So I'll be covering play-by-play on the channel. We're going to tip off in a couple minutes from now, looks like. So they just got to the top of the hour. So, looks like we're going to tip off in a couple minutes. If ESPN has they usually have a tip-off tipper with time going to tip-off sometimes. So if I do get that, I'll notify you guys once that happens. Hey, what's good? Gavin on the stream. Welcome back in. Glad to have you back in. Yeah, I remember you, bud. Glad to have you back in on the channel. Wow, so throwback right there. One of my first ever subs. Oh, I got you there. So, yep, the sports boy. I remember the first NCAA tournament back in 2019 that I covered. Man, that was just wild. And we've grown to almost 25,000 subs right now. So if you guys keep on enjoying the content, make sure to smash that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and share the stream out to your folks out there, as this is usually one of the biggest streams. This was actually my first stream that really blew up, was that Tyrese Maxey game that he took over and went into overtime, Kentucky-Louisville, back in 2019, at the end of 2019. But, yeah, Louisville, last time they won against Kentucky was in 2020. That was the down year for Kentucky. Louisville's got a really down year last year. A couple seasons with losing records, but, man, things just really rough with head coach Kenny Payne, and he's on his final straw right now. 4-28 last season, just 9-34 as an overall record as a head coach. And it's just been a roller coaster if you're a college head coach. You remember last year at one point that the fans were advocating for Coach Cal to get fired at one point. To get so bad for Kentucky, but they completely turned their season around and made it to the NCAA tournament, took out Providence in the first round, and ended up losing later on in the bracket to Kansas State, which got on a really solid run last year, led by Marquise Noel, who was the point guard last season for K-State. But here we are, about to get ready to tip off. If you guys are new, make sure to smash that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Kentucky with the white jerseys, blue numbers, blue letters for this matchup as we are underway. Kentucky controls the opening tip, left to right on the floor as they got the basketball first. Aaron Bradshaw, number 2, gets the start. DJ Wagner as well, as Wagner has it at the edge of the midcourt logo. Wagner moves it over to Reeves. Reeves turns the corner, drives downhill, and the shot got blocked, and Louisville comes out with a basketball. So big defensive possession to start off for the Cards in the first possession of the game as they go right to left on the floor. Red uniforms, white numbers, white letters. Tyler Johnson, the point guard. Sky Clark, Mike James. Trey White, Brandon Huntley, Hatfield, the starting 5 for the Cards. At the top of the key, Trey Wright. He drives, bounce pass down underneath, two-handed flush by Brandon Huntley, Hatfield, as he dunks it home for the first basket tonight. Kentucky starting 5 for this matchup as they go with DJ Wagner, Antonio Reeves, Justin Edwards, Trey Mitchell, and Aaron Bradshaw, the starting 5. DJ Wagner, top of the key, second possession, brings a double team, slides it out to his left to Edwards, back over to Wagner at the top. Out to the wing, goes over to Mitchell. Trey Mitchell, a lot of experience by him. Played at UMass, Texas, and West Virginia. And lost control of the basketball inside the key. DJ Wagner turned it over. Louisville with their second possession up 2-0. Tyler Johnson drives downhill, swings it out to the corner. And he gets tripped up and fouled. So clock will stop. 18:35 left to go in the first half. Hey, what's good, Chiefs fan? Welcome back to the stream, man. Taking Big Blue in this one by 15 plus. Inbound for Louisville. Yeah, this was a recent addition to my channel like a week and a half ago. Out to the corner, they'll try a 3, gets blocked out of bounds. Trey Mitchell got a piece of that ball at the corner 3. Launched by number 4, Tyler Johnson of Louisville. This is a very, very strong Kentucky offense. 6th in the nation, averaging above 90 points per game. Minute and a half through action so far. Cards get the ball back. Tyler Johnson at the wing. He's defended by Reeves. Dribbles, drives inside the paint. Dump off down low. Hatley Huntfield got it stripped. And it goes back to Kentucky. Third possession now of the night for Kentucky. Reeves at the top. Slides it out to the left. Edwards takes a 3. Off the rim, no good. A rebound hauled in by Michael James of Louisville. Actually, one of the keys this year for the Cards has been perimeter defense. Kentucky has been great from the outside this season. Usually they're known for their interior shooting, but this year it's been their three-point shooting. Rattles in by Louisville at the left quarter 3 to score now 5-0. That is Mike James coming off a 15-point game against Pepperdine in the victory on Sunday. Edwards, jumper, 15-footer. Off the back rim, no good. Tipped up to the perimeter, knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Kentucky. And they thought that the Cards touched it out, but it's going to go right back to Louisville here. What a start for the home squad right now. Going to throw the records out the window for this game, rivalry game. Crazy upsets we've seen all throughout the course of the season. Anything could happen, and Louisville missed the mark in the pass there. Turnover out of bounds. Rough turnover. Hey, what's good, Joanne? Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining in. Only 2 losses this year for Kentucky. Those came against Kansas in the Champions Classic. Other one came against UNC Wilmington, which has a record of 9-2 this season. One of the multiple mid-majors to knock off teams this year. I was going through the USC schedule for them because I had them against Auburn. They lost to a couple teams from the Big West for them as Louisville comes up with a block down low. Outlet pass out ahead and rejected from behind by Kentucky. Tyler Johnson trying to go into a layup motion right there. It's just been a block fest so far to start off this game as He was working on number 2, Aaron Bradshaw, 7-footer. Got inserted inside the starting 5 today. Hey, what's good? Vegas, Jeffrey, Siegel. Welcome back on the stream here, everybody. Louisville gets the inbound. Crossover at the free throw circle. They lost it, turned it over. Down the far side of the floor, Kentucky racing ahead of the pack. And Antonio Reeves going into the layup motion got fouled. So 16:57 left to go in the first. That's the first personal picked up by Louisville today. It's not going to be on the shot roll, the referee, so this will be on the floor, picked up for the personal foul. Charge to Trey White, his first personal. Inbound goes to the perimeter. First time on the floor, checks in Reed Shepard, the 6th man of this team this season. They got 2 players averaging double figures off the bench between Dillingham and Shepard this year. And Rob Dillingham as well. So those guys, both of them 6-man on the roster this year as they've been coming off the bench. Dillingham, corner 3 in the air, off the back rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Louisville. Tons of contact down low, though. This game's starting to get really physical right now. It's going to be charged to, I believe, Mike James here in the personal foul, picked up on the floor. And that was on the rebound, so this will lead to another Kentucky inbound. Yeah, wild. So, yeah, PC upset Marquette, and then UConn went down yesterday and Seton Hall. All the favorites in the Big East to open up conference play lost their first game. Just crazy what we've seen this year. There's a 3-point shot taken by Kentucky, and Louisville picks up another foul. Wow. That time it's by Sky Clark, and this was on a 3-point shot, so this will send Dillingham to the free throw line now, shooting 3. Yeah, happy holidays to all you guys. First one's good by Dillingham. Ranked as the number 16 recruit in the freshman class for Kentucky. They also have the number 3 recruit, Justin Edwards. Number 4, Aaron Bradshaw. Number 6, DJ Wagner. Reed Shepard, number 33 on the roster. Siegel with a dono. You're the legend, brother. Appreciate it with a dono. Let's get that dono hype for Siegel out in the chat. 2 out of 3 at the free throw line by Dillingham as the basketball goes back to Louisville. The Cards cross midcourt with Tyler Johnson. Johnson attacks downhill to the rim, and his pass got denied. Trey Mitchell, tough defense right at the rim as it goes back to Kentucky. Bounce pass corner, open 3 in the air. Reeves, right down the middle, he delivers. Antonio Reeves, nothing but net right there. 43%, second in the SEC in perimeter shooting this year, taking a big leap for him. The top scorer of the team, top 5 in the conference, averaging 17 points per game. Pass off the roll down underneath, snags it, gets the layup. Brandon Huntley Hatfield up in and off the glass. It is good. Assisted by Tyler Johnson. Kentucky looking to respond. They go fast up tempo up the floor, top 25 in total tempo this season per KenPom. Dillingham down low. Dillingham kiss off the glass. He scores. Up and off the backboard. We're tied 7-7. 15.5 left to go in the first. Dillingham coming off 17 points against UNC in the CBS Sports Classic on Saturday. Jumper at the free throw circle, missed off the mark, no good by Louisville. Goes right back to Kentucky. Once again, they'll push tempo. Shepard on the outside. Off to Dillingham. At the wing, Reeves. Reeves drives, floats up the runner. Got it. Another bucket right there. Antonio Reeves started to take it over right here for Big Blue. He's got 5 now. 15 minutes approaching the mark remain as the Cards have the basketball down by 2 currently. Trey White at the left wing. They'll slow it down for Louisville. Jab step top of the free throw circle. Huntley Hatfield dribbles up, drives inside the paint. Huntley Hatfield with a left hand, got it a drop. Up and in off the backboard. 9-9 the score. Siegel, you're the legend, brother. With a next dono. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. That dono for Mr. Tops. He's doing pretty well lately. Backing their way inside, Trey Mitchell. Mitchell, turnaround, connects on it inside the key. Trey Mitchell been all over the place for college basketball. 5th season right now, started off at UMass, and then transferred over to Texas. After that, played a year last year at West Virginia, and then off to Kentucky now, his 4th program. Sky Clark The transfer from Illinois, sinking down to 3 at the left corner. What a start to this game so far, turning into a shootout. After a slow start, it was 5-0 Louisville, Kentucky. Able to surpass them at 9-7. Now it's 12-11. Jumper deep 2. Missed off the front rim. No good by Big Blue. Offensive rebound. Second chance. Off the mark. No good by Bradshaw. Bradshaw triple team. Kick to the corner. And the pass sailed out of bounds. Looking to set it off to Antonio Reeves. Couldn't fit it. There was a touch to baseline. And a standing ovation here by the Louisville Cardinal fans as their team holds on to a 1-point lead in this rivalry game currently against Kentucky. 12-11 to score as we take the timeout on the floor. 13:45 left to go in the first as we take the first timeout tonight. Wow, what a start. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Chris. Tough year for Xavier, man. Just so many teams have fallen victim to like the mid-major upset this year. It's just been insane how many teams have just like lost right out of the gate first 2 months of the season to like mid-major teams. It's gonna be a crazy tournament this year. Like some of these mid-major teams this year have the capabilities of definitely pulling off first round upsets, and what this non-conference schedule we have seen so far, we're gonna see a bunch more once we get into the tournament non-conference schedule winding down. So we're not going to see many more upsets between mid-majors and Power 5s lately. But yeah, come tournament time, get ready for that because it's going to be happening quite a bit this year, I feel like. Yeah, hopefully you guys made out the best as possible during that storm. If you guys got hit by that storm, I lost power for like 2 days. Some people, they're not going to be without power for like a month, maybe like 2 months, like up in Maine. It's just so sad. Like a lot of flooding there, caved roads. Over here is like a ton of tree damage. Like driving to work on Tuesday morning, there was like a couple massive pine trees in the top of like utility poles and wires. It was quite scary. Hey, thanks so much, Siegel, for joining in, man. Appreciate for joining back in. I believe my next stream after this one will be Christmas between the Celtics and the Lakers for my next stream. So that's the next planned one I plan on covering. I might do 2 streams on Christmas, but I know for sure I'm going to do one between Celtics and Lakers. Yeah, I'm hoping that this could be a really good game. It's very weird. You look at Louisville's record, it's under 500 right now. They have a couple of just really bad losses, like the one against DePaul, Arkansas State, but they played Texas really close, and then they also played Indiana close. So it's just been crazy that, like, some of these games haven't been blowouts or so. Yeah, Grand Canyon, that team I think upset somebody lately. They got a really good record for them. James Madison's undefeated. We come back from the timeouts. There's a couple teams in the Big West Conference. I think Long Beach State and UC Irvine, they upset Pac-12 teams this year. They pulled off wins over USC. That's a turnover by Louisville back from the timeout. They stepped out of bounds in the quarter. So back we are. Kentucky started off the game shooting 0 for 5 ever since 4 for 6. Big Blue has it. Open 3 straight away. That's good. Trey Mitchell developing his game this year for the 5th-year senior. Drills the triple straight away. The Cards with a possession. Tyler Johnson has it at the logo, dribbles up to the wing. Bounce pass, low block, Huntley Hatfield, and he got tied up. And this will be possession arrow staying Louisville. So lucky there in the possession arrow. Kentucky's got just a ton of size looking at their team on the floor. It's going to be tough if Louisville gets down in this game for them to compete against Kentucky's offense, because Kentucky's just going to keep on pushing the basketball. So you got to wish for trading shot for shot against this team today. Clark down low, and Clark draws the foul on the shot, so he'll head to the free throw line, shoot 2 here for Sky Clark. Yeah, Butler's had a pretty good season this year, so I'm interested to see how that one goes. They're supposed to be doing Maryland against UCLA tomorrow. Both of those teams really just have had tough seasons. UCLA's lost they lost a ton of seniors in the offseason, and Maryland's been just super disappointing this year. Yeah, I was looking at the bracketology. I saw Nebraska is in the bracket. Like, that's how random you can get for this season, like when Nebraska gets back into the bracket for basketball. Both of the free throws missed to the line by Sky Clark. We remain 14-12. Reed Shepard sends it on top over to Mitchell. Mitchell tries a 3 straight away again. That time skipped around the rim and out. And the rebound hauled in by Louisville by Curtis Williams. Williams crosses midcourt, gets picked up by Shepard. Puts the ball into the hands to Clark. Sky Clark, the top scorer this season, above 15 points per game for the transfer from Illinois. Floats the pass left corner off to Trey White. He takes the 3 off the back rim, no good, and Shepard collects the defensive rebound. Shepard up the floor quickly, finds his teammate Edwards, and Edwards going to the cup right there. They're going to roll it, an offensive foul. So Justin Edwards ramming over a Louisville defender, taking a charge inside the paint as it will go back to the Cards, and that is Sky Clark there. Down low, who took the charge for Louisville. So Edwards heads back to the bench now. Hey, what's good, Alex? Welcome back to the stream here, man. Yeah, no problem. Thanks so much for joining in, Chris. Glad to have you back on the channel, brother. Louisville only down by 2 right now. So they get the basketball. Curtis Williams slides it off to the top to Clark. Clark guarded by Reeves. Moves it out to the left wing over to Trey White. White working on Shepard, moves it out left corner. Caleb Glenn, number 10, first time into the game as they go down low. Huntley Hatfield, turn around. Inside a post, he scores up and in off the backboard. 14-14 right now with under 12 left to go before halftime. Quick moving game we've got so far here. Shepard brings it up the court this time. Moves it off to Dillingham off the screen. Takes the 3. Halfway down, no good. Rolled around the rim and out as the Cards pick up the defensive rebound. Chance to take the lead here for Louisville. Sky Clark off the screen. Takes the 3. And he gets fouled. He's going to shoot 3 coming up at the free throw line. Dillingham trying to go around a pick right there. Got some contact into the shooting hand of Clark. And this will send Sky Clark to the free throw line, shooting 3 shots upcoming. Looks like we're going to break for a timeout first. So we head to the timeout, 11:30 left to go in the first half here. We are tied 14-14. Really key right now. This is playing into the way of Louisville in this game currently. Kentucky scored 80-plus points in 9 of their 10 games. The only game that they didn't, they lost against UNC Wilmington. And that's the lone loss that went down as an upset for them this year. The other one came against number 2 ranked Kansas. So right now, tough defense by Louisville in this game so far, forcing Kentucky to shoot just 5 for 14 from the floor. And this is a very, very good passing team. They got 3 players who's averaging above 3 assists per game on this team, and just limiting them right now, locking down the perimeter. And that's been a key for Louisville. They've got a pretty good perimeter D. Their interior D has really struggled, but this has been like a different Kentucky team this year. Like, I'm always used to them shooting twos and limiting the threes, but this year they've been shooting a ton of threes, but they've been making a bunch as well. Hey, what's good, Landon? Welcome back to the stream here, man. Hope all is going well. Brandon Huntley Hatfield, what a game for him starting off tonight. 4 for 4, perfect. 8 points for Huntley Hatfield. 5 points each for Kentucky by Trey Mitchell and Antonio Reeves. They got the seniors in this game, basically, with the upper class guys leading the way with the veteran players. But nothing from the first year guys so far. Edwards, 0 for 2. Shepard yet to score off the bench. Dillingham made a bucket for him, so he's got 4 points. Also with two made free throws at the line by Dillingham, but that's the only scoring that they've had from a first-year player so far in this game. So right now we're just on a timeout. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. A couple other big games going down around the bottom part of this hour. Purdue, #1 team in action. They're playing at 6:30 p.m. hosting Jacksonville, and then Tennessee, ranked at number 8 in the nation, taking on Tarleton State. So those are 2 top 10 teams in action at 6:30 today. Hey, what's good? Woody on the stream. Welcome in. Huntley Hatfield, perfect 4 for 4 from the floor. He's on the bench currently, though, for Louisville, so they're going to have production from the rest of the team, which they've struggled to have so far. Just 2 for 7 to the rest of the team for shooting production right now. So coming out of the timeout, this is going to be critical here with everybody on the floor. This will be free throws at the line, though. 3 shots coming back from the timeout by Sky Clark. And the first one's good. Second free throw by Clark. No good. Skipped around the rim and out. They got a lot of talent on this team this year for Louisville. Last year was just... the roster was not constructed how it should be. They had basically just one guard looking to carry, and that's a rough outing right there at the free throw line. 1 for 3 as Kentucky attacks quick up the floor, and they're going to roll goaltending by Louisville, so that awards the bucket there to Kentucky. Quick off the missed free throw. They went like 3 seconds up the floor and scored, so the ball goes back to the Cards here. Louisville down by 1. Couple missed shots at the free throw line by Sky Clark, and we could be looking back at this game later on, and it could be very tough to determine on the outcome right there if they're not able to get those. But the jumper, that is good. Made it the free throw circle. Trey White connects with it, 17-16. Kentucky with a basketball. Shepard has it here at the top of the key. Yet to score so far, but shooting a blazing 55% plus from three-point range. They'll try a 3 at the wing. That's good. Ripping it through the cylinder for a Big Blue to take the lead right back, 19-17. That is Adu Thiero coming off the bench today, making the 3. Louisville missing off the back rim. A rebound collected here by Kentucky up the floor. Shepard. Shepard moves it out to his right to Thiero. Back to Shepard into the hands of Reeves. Reeves turns the corner, floats up the runner, bounces in. It's good for 2. Got the friendly bounce right there by Antonio Reeves. Looking to see if they can get ahead and stay ahead. That's the key for Kentucky. Reeves has 9 into 21 so far. And Louisville looking to match shot for shot. Right now, their defense keeping them right now potentially in this game, but Kentucky midway to 42 currently up. Fake a baseline drive here by Clark. Clark leading in, and Clark absorbs the contact, gets fouled. So he'll Head to the free throw line, upcoming shooting 2, once again for Sky Clark. Hey, what's good? Charles in the street, welcome in. Thanks for joining back in. Glad to have you back in from the Bahamas. Happy holidays out to you. So Sky Clark, just rough game at the free throw line. If he makes his free throws, it would be a tie game right now. It's 1 for 5 on free throws right now by Sky Clark. So he'll have 2 at the line, and the misses just keep on coming. 1 for 6 right now on free throws. That's brutal. I mean, you look back at this game, he's the only player that's gone to the free throw line, and that could very well be the difference. What's stunning to me tonight is that they put UMass on national TV to take on Georgia Tech at 9 p.m. on ESPN2. His second free throw is good by Clark. So 2 for 7 right now on free throws by Sky Clark. Currently, Kentucky. Quick up the floor. Shepard passes left corner. Catch and fire 3. Pinball wizard bounces in. Antonio Reeves drills the 3 with a lucky bounce. There's a 6-point lead. Largest one currently in the game by Kentucky. They're 4 for 8 from the perimeter. This is how they've been able to take control of games this season. Firepower from the perimeter, 6th in the nation. And points scored per game this season. And one of the better perimeter shooting teams in all of college basketball. That 3 is well off by Louisville. Offensive rebound back to Huntley Hatfield, though. So they'll continue with a possession. 5 in the shot clock, and they turn it over in the key. Goes right back to Kentucky attacking. Euro step downhill to the rim. And a foul picked up. Charge to Trey White of Louisville guarding Edwards. And that'll be the 4th team foul now picked up by Louisville. Reeves, 43% from 3 this year. Yup, UMass has got a nationally televised game tonight on ESPN2 playing Georgia Tech. Never thought that day would come. Inbound underneath by Kentucky here. So they're just getting ready to inbound. Louisville had a substitution. White checked out on the floor. They'll get the inbound underneath their hoop. Goes out to the baseline. Jumper with space. Edwards rolls in. Makes the 2. Largest lead of the game currently as we approach the 9-minute mark left to go before halftime. 6 players averaging double figures in scoring on this Kentucky squad this year. 23rd per KenPom, an adjusted tempo. Corner 3, well off the mark, missed by Mike James of Louisville. Rebound back to Kentucky. Kentucky 9th in the nation in assists per game, 5th in three-point shooting, 6th in scoring, averaging above 90 points per game. Reed Shepard driving right to the cup. He scores. Up and in, plus the foul. Double-digit lead for the first time tonight. Kentucky born and bred Reed Shepard from London, Kentucky. Top 35 ranked freshman. First bucket, that's a strong drive right there. Downhill to the rim, working on the point guard of Louisville, number 4, Tyler Johnson. And the free throw is good. 3-point play complete, up to 11. Rod, welcome back in here, bud. 57, 59, 93 guy. That's his shooting efficiency between field goal shooting percentage, 3-point shooting percentage, and free throw shooting percentage. That is just wild. Hard to guard. Just so efficient. Just gets buckets. And he's coming off the bench for Kentucky, so he's averaging just under 13 points per game off the bench. Like, imagine what he'd be able to do on a team that he didn't have like as many scores with him, because he's got multiple players. He's got there's 6 players in this Kentucky squad. He's averaging double figures right now. It's just they're just so lethal offensively. There's a couple teams that have multiple offensive weapons this year. Kentucky's one of them. Arizona, another team with multiple offensive weapons, as Louisville missed the layup down low. So Huntley Hatfield substituted out of the game for a little bit. Kentucky's gone in the run. Huntley Hatfield's back in inside the key. Adu Thiero puts up the shot, and he scores up and through for 2. Timeout on the floor, taken by Kenny Payne. 31-18 now the score. It was back and forth, and now Big Blue going on a big run right now as we take the timeout on the courts. 8:20 left to go before halftime. Yeah, this game right now just slipping out of the hands of Louisville at the moment. Hey, there we go. 75 degrees Fahrenheit, light winds. South-southwest wind, clear skies today for Charles. That's amazing. Yeah, it's going to be a long time until my area gets back to the 75 degrees. Beautiful out there. Not over here. We actually had the shortest day today for sunlight. The sun set around like 4:10 p.m. today. After this, though, it's going to be better days because the sun sets later. So this is the shortest daylight time that there is today on Earth out of the whole year. But yeah, things going well. Glad to get my electric back. That was an issue the past couple of days. I actually lost electric on... It was on Monday. Yeah, it was... So I went to work on Monday, left at like 7:30. I found out that the power shut off around 8. We had a pretty bad storm over here. And then the power didn't come back on until yesterday. So 5 p.m. on Wednesday. So we lost power for well over 48 hours. 2 full days losing power. So there were 2 dark nights that I went to bed and we had no power on Monday night and Tuesday night. Robin with a dono. Thanks so much for the dono. Really appreciate it. But yeah, that was a really bad storm. Like, I'm just glad we got the power back, like within like 2 days, because some people are going to be without power for like a month. It got so bad, like the storm, like up in Maine, there was like severe flooding. Like roads were caving in. Pretty bad storm. It was the same storm that it started like in South Carolina with like a lot of damage, and it went all the way up to the Northeast. Yeah, that's good there for Vegas. Only lost power for a couple minutes. Yeah, much better than a couple of days of power. Yeah, Mass got slammed pretty hard. Rhode Island didn't get as much as Mass. It did at the start, though. Like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. that day on Monday. There was like a good amount of power outages, but then once we hit like 11 on Monday, Mass just got slammed. There was like this gigantic wind gust of like 70 miles per hour. Just trees toppling down left and right. So right now this game's slipping away from Louisville. So they're trying to see if they can get back into it. 31-18 the score as we come back from timeout right now. Their key early on was the defense. Limiting Kentucky early on, but then Kentucky just got into a groove. They started off 0 for 4 shooting as Louisville got out to a 5-zip lead, but now Louisville just can't get much of anything. Pass got deflected. It sailed into the corner, though. Louisville with it. Shot clock down to 3. Got to get off something. Tough shot off the turnaround. They got it. The spin move as well. At the low block for the Cards. Really needed a bucket and able to drill it for 2. 11-point game. That's Curtis Williams, who made the jumper off the spin at the low left block. Aaron Bradshaw on the floor with Dillingham. Justin Edwards. Duke Thiero out there as well, same as Antonio Reeves. A 3 taken at the wing, missed off the mark, tipped up to the baseline. Tried to save it was Dillingham, and he put it out of bounds off a Louisville player. So it's going to stay Kentucky basketball. That's heads up there. Inbound for Kentucky. Dillingham. Moves it on top off to Thiero. 8 on the shot clock. A 3 taken by Edwards. Skidded off the rim. Comes up with his own rebound. Edwards. Outside finds Dillingham. Dillingham, edge of the midcourt logo. Passes left quarter. Left baseline dribble. Spin move. Reeves floats it up. He scores. Up and through. It is good for 2 by Antonio Reeves. Antonio Reeves taking over in the scoring column right now. He's the top scorer with 12 points. The lone player in double figures currently. That's on 6 for 7 shooting at the moment. Tylaw Johnson outside finds his teammate around the perimeter. Curtis Williams back over to Johnson. Dribbles straight away. Floats up the runner. And Johnson gets fouled off the drive here. Yep, that's the storm that came up. Wow, so it got the Bahamas too. Yeah, that's a big storm. Must have been big in size. So it's going to be a non-shooting foul picked up on the floor. That's Kentucky 6, Louisville with 5. Inbound for the Cards. Inside the key, they pass off to the baseline, and the jumper is made by Huntley Hatfield. Sinks down to 2 at the right baseline. Puts the score winning 11. Reed Shepard back on the floor. He's got 2. Bounce pass off to the top of the key. Bradshaw. Shepard's got 3 at the moment. 2 off a field goal. Quarter 3. It's made by Mitchell. Trey Mitchell ripping through the 3 there. He's got a ton of experience. 8 points currently by Mitchell. Makes his second 3 to game under 6 minutes left to go before half. Usually, like, previous rosters for Kentucky were like one and dones as they pick up their 7th personal foul now reaching in. So this will be bonus time for Louisville. But they got 2 transfers from the past. Antonio Reeves, he's a senior. He came from Illinois State. And then Trey Mitchell, he's got quite a bit of experience. He played at UMass his first year. He almost averaged a double-double over at UMass. So he was at UMass, and then he was at Texas for a year. He played two seasons at UMass, 1 at Texas, and then 1 at West Virginia. So he's a 50-year senior playing right now for Kentucky. So both of the free throws go down. Hey, what's good, Charliso? Welcome back in. Merry Christmas. Thanks so much. Yeah, finally get the power back on, which was good. 12-point lead. Justin Edwards. They'll go bounce pass in the middle. Turnaround missed by Mitchell off the front rim. Rebound controlled by Louisville. So we have around 5.5 minutes left to go before halftime. The Cards with Clark with some space. Takes the jumper. Rolls around. It goes in. Able to get the bounce. Hanging in right now. Shepard gave him a little bit of space to operate. Shepard on the floor with Mitchell. Currently, Edwards out there as well, same as Bradshaw and Reeves. Deep range 3, Shepard off the back rim, no good. A rebound controlled by Louisville in the corner, but we do have a foul picked up over the back, charged to the Cards, it looks like, and it will be, so that's their 6th. Robin with a dono, thanks so much for the dono, really appreciate it. Guys, the legends in the channel. Thanks so much for the wonderful support this time of year. And happy holidays to everybody out there. Reed Shepard, the inbound passer. Antonio Reeves has it at the logo for Kentucky. Handoff to Shepard, dangerous. Almost walked into the backcourt. 8 seconds on the shot clock. 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Shepard takes the 3 straight away, and it goes in. Bang, bang from the outside. Reed Shepard shooting almost 60% this season from 3-point range. His father, Jeff Shepard, he was the most outstanding player in the 1998 NCAA Tournament Championship game. Won a national championship for Kentucky back in 1998 against Utah. This will be 2 shots upcoming at the free throw line for Louisville. So Shepard, a hot hand as of late right there with a 3. He's up to 6 right now. And yeah, he can get going in a hurry. Always great when you have like former ties back to the program there. Kentucky born and bred from London, Kentucky. First free throw good for Louisville at the line. Second shot's good. I mean, Louisville is giving it all they can get right now, but Kentucky just so efficient in terms of the shots that they can knock down, the pace of play that they have on the floor is just outmatching what Louisville can do right now. And that run that Kentucky went on, that's the difference maker in the game. Shepard's pass picked off. Louisville comes up with a steal, jumping the route here. One player to beat, shovels downhill, right to the rim, up and in, off the backboard. Huntley Hatfield scores. Mike James with a steal and an assist. It's a 9-point game and a timeout taken on the floor by Coach Cal for Kentucky. Big play right there. Getting Louisville back within single digits. 4:09 left to go before halftime right now. As we take the timeout on the floor, 39-30, Big Blue, 9-point lead. Yeah, Louisville right now hanging in. They just got to see if they can step up defensively and get Kentucky onto some sort of scoring drought. And the only one that's happened so far has been the beginning of the game. Other than that, they've just been right in the zone for them. Almost 54% shooting currently by Kentucky there. 15 for 28 shooting the ball. 14 points by Antonio Reeves in the first half so far. Just, he cannot miss everything he's got in his bag today. 6 for 7 shooting, 2 for 2 from 3. 8 points by Trey Mitchell. 6 off the bench by Shepard. 5 by Thiero. 4 by Dillingham. And those guys off the bench starting to get going. And this is a really, really deep Kentucky team this year. They go 6 players in double figures, almost the 7th that they have averaging double figures. 7 guys averaging at least 9.5 points per game. And they can put up points on the scoreboard. They're top 10 in the nation in scoring this year. They scored 80-plus points in every single game but one of them, which was the UNC Wilmington game. And yeah, these guys playing with a ton of pace out there, just so athletic, so talented, and a ton of pace, and their efficiency is just off the chains right now. 46% from 3, 6 for 13 from the perimeter. And yeah, they are lethal when their threes drop. And right now, Louisville struggling to prevent that from happening, which has been one of their stronger suits this year, has been their perimeter defense. They've really struggled on the interior, but right now it's just basically been a one-man show in this game. Brandon Huntley Hatfield, 12 points, perfect 6 for 6. But other than that, it's been tough to get anybody else going. Sky Clark is 7, but he's also missed 5 free throws. Right now, that's a big difference maker. You're looking at a 4-point game if you make all the free throws right there. But they're 6 for 11 as a team at the free throw line. Sky Clark himself is just 2 for 7 on free throws. So right now in the timeout, if you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. And yeah, thanks so much all for joining in. Christmas coming around the corner. Merry Christmas out to you guys. My next stream probably won't be until Christmas. So that's the next stream that I plan on covering will be Christmas Day. I plan on covering at least one game, possibly 2, but the one for certain that I plan on covering will be the Celtics against Lakers at 5 p.m. on Christmas Day. So feel free to stop by on Christmas if anybody's interested. 15-2 bench points in favor of Kentucky. Just such a deep team this year. Yeah, SEC's got a lot of great teams this season. I covered Auburn on Sunday, their win over USC. I still don't get how Auburn is unranked currently. I think they only went up 1 or 2 spots. They're just outside the top 25 for them, but they came into that game playing USC. They were ranked at 28. They destroyed USC, and they're still unranked, which I don't get whatsoever. Jumper taken by Shepard back from the timeout. Missed the deep 2 off the front rim as the Cards come up with a defensive rebound. Louisville going to slow down tempo here. Tyler Johnson puts the ball into the hands of Sky Clark. Sky Clark defended by Reeves at the left wing. Bounce pass over to James at the low block. James backs his way. James kick out to the wing. Pushing it out to the corner off to Williams. Williams at the elbow. And a whistle. And a foul. So Louisville will head to the free throw line in the bonus now. Shoot in the 1-and-1 as Justin Edwards picks up the personal foul. The first one's good. Second shot here by Edwards. And missed off the back rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Kentucky. That was missed by Curtis Williams of Louisville. Shepard brings it up the floor. Off to Mitchell. Mitchell has it, backs his way inside the key. Mitchell with a left hand off the mark, no good. Looking to put it back, hanging on the rim. And that'll be basket interference charged to Kentucky, as it will go back to Louisville once again. So Trey Mitchell missed it off the left-handed hook, trying to put it back. It was a Duke Thiero, number 3. And Thiero missed the slam dunk, and he was hanging on the rim. Called for basket interference. Down by 8. Louisville hanging on in this game. Right now, they lost control of basketball. Sky Clark dribbled into a crowd, stole it away. Reeves right to the rim, ducks it down with a right-handed jam on the fast break. Rough possession right there. That's a 2-point swing currently. 6th turnover of the game just a moment ago by the Cards. Louisville with possession. Baseline dribble. They swing it out to the wing. Sky Clark bobbles far side. Lucky able to come in bounds. Floats up the runner. No good off the mark. The rebound ripped away by Mitchell off the glass. Tough possession right there as he rushed the shot on the floater by Clark, going up, soaring up, and getting fouled. Is a Duke Thiero for Kentucky. So this puts Kentucky in the bonus either way. This was a shooting foul. So he'll shoot 2 at the free throw line right now. Two shots by Thiero at the free throw line. First one's good. Extending the lead to 11 currently. Second shot's good. 12-point advantage, 2.5 left to go before halftime. Crossing midcourt is Tyler Johnson, the point guard for Louisville, off the pick set by Huntley Hatfield. Dribbles inside the paint, falls down, swings it out left corner. Michael James, baseline drive, got blocked first by Thiero, got the basketball back. James swings it off to Clark. Outside, they gave it away. Turnover, Kentucky on the fast break here as they look to score. Kick to the corner, open 3, Reeves rips it through. It's good. Do the cylinder, 40% plus from the outside this season by Antonio Reeves as he drills it. 19 in the first half. He's averaging 17 points per game, which ranks top 5 in the SEC. Blocked from behind by Thiero as the basketball rolls out of bounds. It will stay Cardinals ball. Antonio Reeves taking over the game, the upperclassman leadership on this Kentucky roster. Man, a big difference maker. Reeves with 19, and then Trey Mitchell has 8. Inbound in the corner, deflected out by Kentucky here, so Louisville will keep it. 1:47 left to go on the clock. Everything rolling here for Big Blue. 15-point lead. Making their shots. Number 6 team in the nation, averaging 90.2 points per game this season. Up fake underneath, getting the bucket to drop. Mike James down low, scores for 2, up and off the backboard. Quick up the floor goes Kentucky. Underneath, another bucket right back. It's Trey Mitchell. Up to double figures. He's got 10 now. Just so quick to respond back for a basket. Mixing and matching. The 3's been able to drop. The 2's down low as well. The Cards with possession. Tyler Johnson, left baseline dribble, slides it off to Clark. Open three in the air, missed off the rim, no good. The rebound hauled in by Kentucky. That's been the difference maker in this game so far. Make the threes, good things have happened. Miss the threes, bad things can happen. And both of these teams on the opposite side this season of each other in college basketball rankings and three-point shots makes per game and three-point perimeter shooting this season. On the outside, Mitchell hands it off to Edwards. Final minute left to go before halftime. Into the hands now of Shepard. Shepard takes the three. Off the back rim, no good. He got fouled. Reed Shepard going to head to the free throw line, shoot 3 shots. The referees blow the whistle and roll the personal foul picked up by Tyler Johnson with 45 seconds left to go before half. Tough call right there. You're sending a 93% free throw shooter this season to the free throw line. 1 for 1 his first trip. He'll have 3 to see if he could put 50-plus points on the board for Kentucky. Missed the first one. Very rare miss by Shepard. Kentucky came into this game averaging 10.4 three-point makes per game, ranking 14th in the nation. 5th in the nation, shooting the ball just under 41% from 3. Second free throw is good. Fantastic matchup. If they're able to face each other in a bracket, you know what a fantastic game would be. Kentucky against Baylor in the tournament. Both of those teams lights out at scoring this year. Baylor, I looked at their stats today. They're the number 2 team this season in three-point shooting percentage at the moment. So they got that perimeter once again rocking this year for Baylor. 2 out of 3 go down at the free throw line by Shepard. So they have the number 5 three-point shooting team in the nation for Kentucky. Louisville, that's been their struggle this year. The inability to make threes can really haunt you, and that's been their team this season right now. They just have limited sharp shooting options on the roster. They rank 320th in three-point shooting percentage. So Kentucky around 42% from 3. Tough jumper there. Contested air ball by Louisville as it goes back to Kentucky. 42% from 3 by Kentucky, whereas Louisville shooting under 29% from the perimeter this season. That's been a big difference maker so far in this game. The Wildcats with it. Final 10 seconds left to go before halftime. Shepard moves it out to the left corner. Launching a 3. Right in. Bang, bang. Antonio Reeves. What a half. He's got 22 in the first half of action as we head into halftime. 53-33. Big Blue up by 20. And they were trailing early on. But a massive run by them. With 2 big runs throughout the half, and Antonio Reeves efficient tonight. 9 for 10 from the floor, 22 points for Reeves. The first half of action, ripping through the threes off the catch at the left corner, and nobody for Louisville can contain Antonio Reeves so far in his first half of action as we enter halftime. What a blowout here. Things were looking promising for Louisville really early on, but this Kentucky team this year is just different. They usually, historically for Kentucky, are led by a low post presence like Anthony Davis, but they usually attempt a bunch of 2s and stay away from the 3s, but this year they're just different. They are knocking down shots from downtown. Trey Mitchell, he made 2 threes in the first half. Antonio Reeves, 90% from the floor and 9 for 10 shooting. He went a perfect 4 for 4 from 3. Like, this dude cannot miss, and it's those 2 players right there. Like, those 2 guys in the court, they're almost single-handedly outscoring Louisville as a team in the first half of action. Reeves has 22, Mitchell has 10. They're combining for 32, the 53 points right now in this game. Both of them seniors on the team. Also a block fest as well. They got 4 blocks in the first half. A good amount of size in this Kentucky roster and multiple sharpshooters that they have. Like, this Kentucky team, they're just built different this year from the past. If you can't stop the 3, you're in deep trouble. And right now, they are rolling. So right now, we go into halftime. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell, everybody. And happy early Christmas. Merry Christmas out to you guys. My next planned stream probably won't be until Christmas Day. I plan on covering at least one game. It will be the Celtics versus Lakers, which I plan on covering on Christmas Day at 5 p.m. I might put in a second stream in there at 5 p.m. I'm thinking about possibly doing the Knicks against Bucks, since that would give me time in between to change over stuff for my stream. If so, that will be in a noontime game on Christmas that I would cover as well. But right now I plan on covering for sure the 5 o'clock game between Boston and the Lakers on Christmas. Hey, Dee, welcome in. Thanks for joining in again. Hope all is going well. Yeah, man, just lights out for Antonio Reeves right now. 54% shooting as a team for Kentucky. They're 8 for 15 from three-point range right now. So the difference maker is one team quadrupling the number of threes compared to the other team. And that's what I went over, is that Kentucky is number 5 right now in three-point shooting in the nation. They're shooting just under 42% from 3 right now, whereas Louisville is in like the bottom. They're in the bottom 35, bottom 40. They're around 320 in the nation for Louisville in three-point shooting percentage. And that's just been the difference maker today, is that Antonio Reeves has 2 times more the amount of threes that Louisville has as a team. 8 for 15 from the perimeter by Kentucky, 53%. Louisville just 2 for 8 at 25% currently, and Reeves perfect 4 for 4 from the outside right now. This was a close game early on. It was not a blowout early on. Louisville led 5-0. Kentucky came back, took the lead, and it was back and forth until we got around the 20s mark on the board, and then Kentucky went on a big run once Hatley Huntfield substituted out, and they were able to get up by double-digit points, and after that never looked back and extended it to 20 right now, their largest lead. Yeah, just so many different weapons on this Kentucky squad that you have to pay attention to. Yeah, very well. Looking like the end for Kenny Payne. I'm kind of shocked it didn't happen after that loss against DePaul. I'm just going to see if I'm going to bring up the upcoming schedule here for Louisville, because it's looking like it's going to be very, very soon, depending on what happens. Every single win that they've got this year has come against a losing record team. Five victories or fewer against these teams. UMBC, Coppin State, which I believe has just 1 win. New Mexico State, which was one of the worst teams last year, that they couldn't even finish playing the season because they had an incident there with their program that they had to shut down their basketball team in the final month. Bellarmine, which they won by 5. They got taken to overtime against New Mexico State. They won by 5 against Bellarmine, won by 1 the opener against UMBC. And then it looked like they were showing signs of improvement. Pepperdine, they won by 22 on Sunday, but yeah, it gets tough. They don't have any more non-conference games after this. And they got Virginia coming up next, which honestly, Virginia's susceptible to losing. I'll go over Virginia here in just a moment and why I'm not buying them once again. Jarek on the stream, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Graduated from the University of Kentucky. Glad to have you join in on the stream. Yeah, so I'm starting to look at like the latest bracketology stuff once again. And of course, Virginia on there, ranked inside the top 25. And honestly, anybody could play with Virginia because of how slow the tempo is for their team. They beat Wisconsin by double digits. But let's see here where they're placed in bracketology right now according to ESPN for this Virginia team, because they're always susceptible to an upset every single year. They're one of the teams I'm just not buying once again this year because the slow tempo offense. Yeah, New Mexico, which has a real good record. Yeah. Once again, if we looking at the standings in the Mountain West, that conference once again is stacked. In terms of wins, losses for that mid-major conference, New Mexico really, really good. I'd like to see them in the tournaments. Nevada's got basically the same team back that they did last year. Boise State brought the same team back, though they have a couple more losses than a lot of teams in front of them. And San Diego State in that conference. Colorado State's ranked inside the top 25. There's multiple teams in that conference that can pull off an upset this year. And, yeah, so Louisville's got Virginia next. January 3rd to start off conference play, but I was going to say, if there's like a weak team in the early slate of their schedule, that would be it, but they don't really have like any weak teams. NC State is doing a pretty good job, like hanging in there for NC State, considering that they lost their top 2 scorers. I think their top 2 scorers combined to average like 35 points per game last year. They had their top player averaged like 18, their second best player averaged like 17, and they lost both of them, and they're hanging afloat right now for them. They got them in January early on, and you don't want to see UNC on your schedule. And yeah, Louisville's got them early on too. I was going to say, because that game against Notre Dame isn't until the 21st of February. Like, if you got Notre Dame early, you lose to Notre Dame, then that could very, very well be the telling tale to fire Kenny Payne. But they don't have Notre Dame until, like, late February for them. Notre Dame's, I believe they're the worst Power 5 team this year. Like, even worse than Cal right now for Notre Dame. It's been that bad. Yeah, so I got what they've done this year. They lost to the Citadel by 20 on Tuesday. Like, things have gotten that bad over there in Notre Dame. They lost against West Carolina, lost against the Citadel. Somehow they beat Oklahoma State, which they're having a down year. West Virginia's, they've been a mess since the offseason with the whole coaching change and stuff like that. Everybody in the Big 12 is doing pretty well, and then I saw West Virginia just at the very bottom this year. Yeah, Baylor is I don't know what in the world happened to them. They got really good offensive stats. I looked at their stats. They're number 2 in 3-point shooting. Like, they got guys that can score the ball, but their defense once again is an issue. That's what happened last year. Like, once they got into like late February, they started to fall apart for Baylor. They had like no inside defense last year, and they don't have much height. They have a lot of guys that can shoot the cover off the ball, but they just don't have like interior D for Baylor. Yeah, I'm worried about Marquette too. I feel like Marquette's just like missing a piece to them, like. Or is it that Providence is that good? Or the AMP is that good for Providence? It's crazy, man. Like, I saw somebody's Final Four prediction. They put Providence in the Final Four for one of their predictions. Like, I mean, me being a Providence fan, it's just shocking. But it's kind of shocking because they had played a pretty generous non-conference schedule. They played a lot of teams around the area in their non-conference schedule. So the better teams that they scheduled were in the like neutral court games. They played against K-State. They won against Wisconsin, lost against Oklahoma. They get Georgia in the non-conference schedule. Oklahoma and K-State, those were the two teams, yeah, that they lost against, because they beat Wisconsin. They just beat Marquette yesterday. And since they lost that game against K-State, they played against Georgia instead of Miami, which if they had won against K-State, they would have played against Miami instead. And that I thought could be just a tough one for them, playing against like an easier schedule, but that's a massive win. Like, we'll see what transpires after that, because it's been, yeah, Colorado State, their top They're top 25 right now. They beat Creighton back on, like, Thanksgiving. They went on this, like, big run for them. So the Colorado State Rams. So they're from the Mountain West. So they're out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Yeah, I think they've lost just one game this year for them. It came against St. Mary's for Colorado State. Yeah, Michigan State's getting better. They always start out just struggling, and then they get better and better and better throughout the course of the season. And Duke's at 21 in the rankings. Like, that Duke team's gonna be back inside the top 10 come very soon for them. I'll be interested to see if Oklahoma can, like, keep on sustaining what they're doing right now. So they lost their first game against UNC. UNC is really good this year. RJ Davis is having a phenomenal season, and they still got Baycott on their team, which he led them to the national championship 2 years ago. I was looking at some of the rosters today. I think a possible sleeper team to keep an eye on is Memphis for them. They got Javon Quinterly transferred in from Alabama. They got a couple key players on their roster that came in and transferred from other programs for them. And this is like an all like upperclassmen roster for Memphis. They lost against FAU last year in the tournament. This year, both of them play in the same conference for the first time against each other in the American. So I think you're looking at both of those teams making it to the conference tournament championship against each other. So Memphis has Caleb Mills on their team. He was at Houston when he started off, and then I believe he went to Florida State. Jordan Brown, he's been playing since like 2018. Started off his career at Arizona, went to Nevada, and then David Jones from DePaul is on that team, who's scoring like 21 points a night. Yeah, Houston's the top defense this year right now. Let's see. I'm just going to bring up their schedule. We're going to start off the second half in just a moment. Hockey from home, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. If you guys would like to be notified for future live streams, you get the time clock up for the second half of action about to begin a couple minutes from now. Wow, they got a really generous schedule to start off for Houston. They got some of the easier teams to start off in the conference. On the road at Iowa State on January 9th, that could possibly be a trap game or so. Iowa State really needs that. Same as TCU. Both of those teams could be bubble teams. I'd say the toughest one possibly February 3rd when Houston plays at Kansas. I would go Kansas right there in that game. Just so tough to play inside the Allen Fieldhouse. So they might go undefeated if they're able to make it past. There's a couple teams in there that are looking to see if they can be tournament teams. Iowa State and TCU in like mid-January. If they're able to get past both of those games, then they might not lose until like early February on the road against Kansas. So here we go. Start to the second half of action. Kentucky right to left in the floor to get the basketball first with a 20-point lead, the largest lead of the game. Trey Mitchell. Moves it off to Justin Edwards. Outside to Mitchell. Moves it out to his right to DJ Wagner. Wagner top of the key off to Mitchell. 5 in the shot clock. Mitchell outside. Wagner off the catch. Fires the 3. Off the back from no good. Battle for the rebound. And a lot of contact down low there as Louisville gets called on the rebound foul picked up by Sky Clark going up battling with Trey Mitchell. Mitchell, hard fall, went on his backside, able to get up though as he is okay. Jameson, what's good? Welcome back on the stream here, bud. Inbound to Mitchell for Kentucky. Mitchell showing patience, backs his way inside the low post, turn around, puts it through right over Mike James. It's good for 2. Trey Mitchell with an excellent game today. He's up to now 12 points. Antonio Reeves got 22. Both of the seniors carrying this big blue squad in this matchup. Top of the free throw circle, Trey White for Louisville. Sends it off to the logo to Johnson. Huntley Hatfield, the lone player, showing up in this game for the Cards. Hands it off to White. White at the wing, bounce pass off to the top to James. James attacks down low to the rim, blocked from behind. Basketball goes out of bounds, and it will stay Louisville ball. Just the interior defense just been so key for Kentucky. That's their 5th block of the game tonight. A lot of size by Kentucky on the floor compared to Louisville. Tough shot. Sky Clark missed off the front rim. And right now, just the defense of Kentucky locking up Sky Clark and getting into his head a lot. Just unhappy about the contested 3 he just attempted. Kentucky with the ball. Edwards on the outside. Puts the ball into the hands to Mitchell. Off to Reeves. Reeves been excellent. 90% shooting. Attacking downhill right to the rim. Blocked out of bounds. Number 4, Tyler Johnson there denying. Antonio Reeves off the dribble drive attack. Was it clean though? This might... Yeah, look. This might be ruled a shooting foul according to the officials. Johnson blocked him and then swatted the ball right towards the bench. So that's now 3 personal fouls by Louisville. So yeah, that is charged. That's going to be charged a Louisville foul. Okay, so this will send Kentucky to the free throw line. Reeves. First free throw is good. Yeah, so it was not a clean block there by Johnson. So Reeves still 90% shooting, 9 for 10 in this game. And the second one's good by Reeves. And Kentucky will get the basketball back too. Or no, now, so they just had technical free throws. Okay, so he got him on the shot. So clarification here about this call. Blocking foul, charged to Louisville, and also a technical. So after it was not a clean block, number 4 of Louisville swatted the ball towards the Kentucky bench, and the referees ruled it a technical. So Tyler Johnson, rough there for him as Reeves makes his 3rd free throw, and he'll have his 4th one here and the final one. And missed it. So we went 3 for 4 at the free throw line. Louisville comes up with the rebounds. 25-point lead, largest one of the game. Roger, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. Down low, double teamed, and off the glass, no good, but there'll be 2 free throws upcoming here for the Cards. The clock will stop with 18:22 left to go. This will send Michael James to the free throw line shooting 2. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at that. I'm really interested in seeing Ole Miss. And the first time I'm going to see if I can get up what they've done this year. They're 11-0 for Ole Miss. And yeah, they played a really easy schedule for them. Their best wins against Memphis. They won Memphis by 3, 80-57. That was in a home game against Memphis. But Yeah, a lot of these teams they won against were easy teams. They did win against NC State 72-52, so they beat them by 20. They won by Temple. They won against Temple just by 1. So they beat Temple just by 1. They've won a couple close games. So they beat Detroit Mercy by 1, which last time I checked, they were winless. Detroit Mercy. They had yet to win a game this year, and Ole Miss won a home game against them 70-69. It's just been a wacky season this year. Wow. That would have been wild. Chicago State picked off Northwestern last week. Floater missed off the mark, no good by Kentucky. Rebound hauled in by Louisville. We got 18 minutes left to go in the second half. Bryce, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Glad to have you back in the stream. Top of the free throw circle. Tough shot leading in. That's an air ball set up by Louisville by number 22, Trey White. Kentucky out on the brack, attacking to the rim. No good. Tip in. A right back is there, though. Aaron Bradshaw tips it in, up and through. It's good for 2 for Big Blue. Yep, Auburn definitely should be ranked. Everybody's sleeping on Auburn right now. Statistically, because I've covered them a couple times so far, they're actually much better than they were last year. For Auburn, they do a really good job taking care of the basketball. Nice move right there, slicing defenders to the cup, scoring in the layup. Sky Clark up and in off the glass. Kentucky going to slow down tempo. Comfortable 24-point lead at the moment. Bounce pass, cutting to the hoop, throwing it down with a two-handed dunk. Beautiful dime there by Trey Mitchell as he came up with the assist. A slam jam by Aaron Bradshaw, cutting baseline to the hoop. And Bradshaw, one of the 7-footers on the team, and number 4 ranked freshman recruits on the team for Bradshaw. 7 feet tall, just cut baseline to the hoop, slammed it down. That was a great find there. Kentucky worked their way. They were around like the top of the key, the perimeter. They bounced past it inside the key to Trey Mitchell, and then he passed it behind his back off to Bradshaw, who cut baseline to the hoop and dunked it through. Mike James here, heading to the free throw line. 16:45 left to go. First one's good. If you guys are new in the stream, feel free to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. I cover basketball action, play-by-play. College hoops and NBA games as well. Second free throw is good by Mike James of Louisville. And yeah, this one is what a lot of us expected. A blowout in the making. Kentucky tried to do it again there. The same play they just scored on the last time. Deep 2, skipped around the rim and out. Missed by Kentucky. Rebound hauled in by Louisville. Sky Clark up the floor. Clark off a double team at the wing. Trying to get the pass off. Clark moves it back to his teammate. Michael James inside the key, forces up a shot. Tough one, missed off the rim. A rebound ripped away off the glass by Edwards. Edwards quick up the floor. Lob off the fingertips, looking to go to Bradshaw as it sailed out of bounds. So turnover by Kentucky. That's only their 5th turnover of this game today, as the ball will go right back to Louisville right now. Substitution into the game, currently number 0 for Kentucky. Rob Dillingham checks back in off the bench. Justin Edwards takes a seat on the bench. Sky Clark. Bounce pass over to Huntley Hatfield. Huntley Hatfield at the elbow. Swings it out right corner to James. James takes the 3. Missed off the rim. No good. Ball pinwheels around. And the rebound retrieved by Mitchell of Kentucky. Kentucky will slide it out to the left corner. Mitchell tries a 3. Missed off the mark. No good. Mike James collects the defensive rebound for the Cards. 51% by Kentucky shooting. Louisville at just under 41% in this game. Corner 3. Huntley Hatfield drills it. Needed something to happen. Down by 21 right now with 15-20 left to go. Brandon Huntley Hatfield been the hot hand for the Cards all throughout the course of this game. He's got 14. Jumper deep 2 from the baseline. Missed off the mark by Edwards. Rebounded once again by the Cards. Louisville up the floor with Sky Clark. Clark double teamed at the right baseline. Outside finds Caleb Glenn, number 10, off to Clark again. Clark weaves his way inside the paint. A nice bounce pass down low. The layup in the basket. There is Danilo Jovanovic, the sophomore from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Sky Clark with a great find right there. Looked like it was going to result in a turnover. He passed it, threading the needle through traffic off the bounce pass, but able to score off the layup for the sophomore, and he'll head to the free throw line, shoot one coming up out of the timeout as well. So we take the timeout here. Just under 15 minutes left to play in this game. Kentucky holding on to a 20-point lead. All right, so timeout on the floor. Kentucky right now 50% even, 22 for 44. The difference maker in the first half was one team making the threes, the other team missing the threes, and right now Kentucky still quadrupling Louisville in total threes made tonight in this one. 8 for 17 from the perimeter by Kentucky at 47%. Louisville really struggling. Cannot buy a three tonight at 2 for 10 from the outside. That's been the difference so far. Plus, Kentucky out shooting Louisville from three. You also got to look towards points in the paint, and Kentucky's got that number as well. 24 to 18 points in the paint today, and also just 5 turnovers right now. Kentucky ranks second in the nation in assist to turnover ratio this season. It's been one of the keys for them. They're top 10 in assists per game, 5th in the nation in 3-point shooting percentage, 6th in points scored per game this year, and this Louisville squad just not built to match up with Kentucky in a track meet. We're seeing that right now. 25 points by Antonio Reeves, the top scorer in the game. That's on 9 for 11 shooting. And then 12 points by Trey Mitchell. He's got 9 rebounds. Over on the other side, Louisville, 14 points by Brandon Huntley Hatfield. Mike James is 10. Yeah, thanks so much, Charles. Really appreciate it, man. If you guys are doing the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams I cover. I cover basketball action here on the channel, play-by-play, both college basketball games, also NBA as well. And the next stream I plan on covering won't be until Christmas. I plan on covering at least one game, possibly 2, so feel free to join in on Christmas Day for the Boston Celtics versus the Los Angeles Lakers. That one will tip off at 5 p.m. Eastern time on Christmas Day. I might cover another game for the NBA on Christmas Day. Not sure just yet exactly, but hopefully we'll do so. A couple scoreboard updates for you guys right now. Number 1 ranked Purdue leading Jacksonville 45-27. And then number 8 ranked Tennessee leading Tarleton State 39-25. Nothing really out of the ordinary right now for basketball scores. Michigan State, they blew out Baylor over the weekend. Michigan State getting their groove right now. 48-12. Michigan State leading against Stony Brook currently. Couple other major conference teams in action. Ohio State leading New Orleans 49-25. Boston College up over Lehigh 57-44. And then TCU dominating Old Dominion in the final 2 minutes 103-77. Kentucky looking for their 10th game this season out of 11 that they've reached 80-plus points. They're 18 points away. Back from the timeout, the free throw is good by Louisville. They put the score winning 19 right now. Under 15 minutes left. Kentucky right to left on the floor with the basketball. Adou Thiero back into the game. And lowering the shoulder. It's going to be rolled an offensive foul. So Thiero called an offensive foul there with the elbow as it will go back to Louisville. Number 13, Danilo Jovanovic once again made the free throw, and they're coming up with a big defensive stop. Jovanovic passes down low off to James. James with 10, and James gets blocked from behind. 6th block of the game tonight by Kentucky. Kentucky has it. They swing it out to the wing. Out on top, Shepard. Move it all around to the baseline. Right baseline, dribble underneath. Kick to the corner. Open three in the air. Off the back from no good. Missed by Wagner. The rebound hauled in by Huntley Hatfield. Excellent ball movement all around that possession, though, for Kentucky. They just couldn't put it into the hoop. And once again, the ball gets swatted from behind. Mitchell able to have a big impact defensively once again inside the low post. Kentucky with numbers, driving to the rim, floating it up and scoring. Up and in off the glass is good for two by Rob Dillingham. 21-point lead. Dillingham up to 6 points tonight now. Sky Clark with the ball. Crossover. Dribbles up to the elbow. Deep two jumper. Connects. Sky Clark, the transfer from Illinois, top scorer on the team this season. Up to double figures now with 11. Shepard on the outside finds his teammate Wagner. Moves it off to Thiero at the top of the key. Back into the hands of Shepard. Will slow down tempo. 15 on the shot clock this possession for Kentucky as we reach 13 and a half minutes left to go in the second half. Dillingham moves it out to his right to Wagner. Wagner attacks, drives inside the paint, missed off the glass, no good. A rebound hauled in by James for the Cardinals. 19-point deficit for Louisville, looking to see if they can get the offense going. Clark takes the three, not even a touch this possession. Oh, he drains it. Was his foot on the three-point line? Yes, it was. They rolled a deep two. So unfortunate right there for Sky Clark. Credited with just the 2-point shot make, as he did have 1 foot on the three-point line, 1 foot behind. Dillingham moves it off to the free throw circle. Mitchell into the hands of Shepard. Passes down low. Dillingham underneath. Turn around. Oh, it's too easy. Up and in off the glass. Good for two. Up and in off the backboard by Rob Dillingham. 8 points now by Dillingham tonight. Just a machine offensively for Big Blue in this rivalry game tonight. 80-plus points in every single game but one this season. The ball gets stripped back to the Cards, though, with James who picks it up. Kick to the corner. Caleb Glenn dribbles inside the key now for Louisville. Off the glass, missed, and they have numbers here for Kentucky. Up the floor, it's a 5-on-floor. Transition jumper, swoosh. Rob Dillingham drills the J. They're going to count it to 2. Yes, they are. Foot was on the three-point line. It's 68-47. And Louisville will take the timeout. 12:04 left to go. The second half of action. Too much pace for Kentucky compared to Louisville right now in this game. A 21-point lead. Kentucky on the line was a favorite entering tonight's game by 14. Actually, it dropped down to 13.5 right at the opening tip. It was around 14 earlier today, but they came into the game 13.5 right at opening tip. For the favorites on the line right now, Kentucky looking to cover that. 21-point lead for Kentucky. We take the timeout with 12:04 left to go. Yeah, this game just out of control right now in terms of Louisville trying to get back into it. Just so much efficiency by Kentucky. Just Louisville cannot match it in this game currently. 12:04 remaining in the second. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams I cover basketball action on the channel, both play-by-play, college hoops, also NBA as well. And thanks so much all for making this a successful 2023. An incredible year that we've had. Merry Christmas out to each and every single one of you here on the channel. It's been an excellent year in terms of streaming. So right now, 21-point lead at the moment. Just been a game of efficiency where Kentucky this year has been one of the top shooting teams in the nation. They're showing it once again tonight. 51% shooting from the floor. Louisville limited to just 44% right now. +6 on the glass for Kentucky. It's been a block fest out there for Kentucky. 6-0 total blocks. 3 blocks by Trey Mitchell, and then 1 each by Bradshaw, Thiero, and Dillingham tonight. A big goal of mine would be getting to 25,000 subs. We're almost there. We're around like 400 subs away. So that's a big goal for mine. Eventually, I want to move out and see if I can get my first house. So that's like another key goal of mine as well. So I'm trying to like work to save up to eventually get my first house in the future. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get into like a D1 program as well to announce. So that's another key thing that I'm going to see if I can do. And also in terms of the channel, I would love to like see if I can like land another sponsor, because it's been like a while since I've landed a sponsor. We had sponsorships during the NBA playoffs back in 2022 that we did, so it's been quite a bit of time before I had a sponsorship last on the channel. So that's something that I'm looking to see if I can do once again. TCU destroyed Old Dominion today, 111-87. We come back to action, 12 minutes remaining. 21-point lead for Kentucky. Louisville gets the basketball back from the timeouts. Tyler Johnson sends it on top over to James. Bounce pass down low, bobbled and couldn't snatch it. It's a turnover. Brandon Huntley Hatfield bobbled it inside the low post. And that marks now Louisville's 8th turnover tonight. Kentucky with just 6 total turnovers this game. And right now we're going to take a timeout on the floor. So media timeout since we're down under 12 minutes to go right now. So quick timeout. We just went back to action for like 15 seconds or so. And now we head to another timeout. So 68-47. 11:47 left to go in the second half of action. Easy, comfortable lead right now for Kentucky. Hey, Braden, welcome back in, man. Glad to have you back in the stream. Wow, so, yeah, 3 years ago, I was talking about that earlier. That was the overtime game. Tyrese Maxey with a big-time shot, I remember, in overtime. Yeah, that was a crazy game. We got that was like the first stream that really blew up on the channel. I think we had over like 5,000 viewers or so. Yeah, these college games in the regular season, they're getting tougher for like me to stream because people keep on illegally streaming the games, which is just sad. That's the unfortunate part about college, like doing games that I enjoy doing, but like not being able to get like new people onto the streams, which is unfortunate because other people are showing the actual game and getting away with it because of copyright stuff. That used to be taken like care of before, but now it's been an issue once again this year. Yeah, I covered the Auburn-USC game on Sunday, and that had a lot of other people just showing the actual game and getting away with it. This is going to be the second blowout in a year that these two teams have faced each other. So Kentucky looking to make it 2 in a row against Louisville. And right now the odds not in the Cards' favor at the moment. Yeah, it's too bad because I do like a lot of work for these streams and stuff. Just trying to build the audience, and a lot of people are just like illegally streaming these games and getting away with it, which is unfortunate. Alright, so we're going to head back to action right now. 11:47 left to go in the second half of action. In Kentucky with the basketball. Right to left going on the court. So Reed Sheppard on the floor alongside Rob Dillingham. Antonio Reeves with an excellent game tonight. Floats up the shot. Missed off the rim. No good. Number 33, Ugonna on Yenso. First time on the floor today. And then also Trey Mitchell out there as well. The ball gets stolen away. Right back by Kentucky. Kentucky attacking down low underneath on Yenso. Gets blocked by Emmanuel Okorafor of Louisville. The Cardinals down by 21. Tyler Johnson on the court with Curtis Williams, Okorafor, Michael James, and Trey White. Sky Clark currently on the bench at the moment. White at the left wing. 11 minutes left to go as we approach the mark remaining. Top of the key. Down to 8 on the shot clock here for Louisville. James drives, dish out underneath, and blocked by Yenso right back as he denies Okorafor. Here goes Kentucky with a touch pass on top off to Mitchell. Mitchell into the hands to Dillingham. Dillingham puts the ball over to Mitchell. Mitchell at the top of the key right now. Mitchell down to 14 on the shot clock off to Sheppard. Sheppard turns his right. Triple team. Swings it off to Mitchell. Steps into an open three. Off the front of no good. The rebound hauled in by Williams of the Cards. Louisville down by 21. Jumper, mid-range. Williams, no good around the rim and out. As on Yenso comes up with a defensive rebound. Outlet pass ahead. Dillingham off the glass, missed the layup. Louisville comes up with a rebound. Both of these teams stone cold as of late. The Cardinals looking for something. They give it away. Mitchell with a steal. Outlet 2-on-1. Lob over the top in transition. A two-handed flush by Antonio Reeves. As that gets assisted by Reed Sheppard. 70-47 on the fast break. Kentucky scores. Reeves charged with a technical for hanging on the rim though. But a blowout game we got here. With Big Blue, Kentucky rolling in this matchup. Oh, actually, check that. They're going to charge the foul to Louisville. He was hanging on the rim for a little bit, but not enough to charge him with a technical. That's one of the new rules instituted this season. It's Mike James who picked up the blocking foul right there. Antonio Reeves makes the free throw. 28 points, a season high by Reeves. Last year in March, he had a massive game against Arkansas. Reed Sheppard checks out of the game. They bring in Jordan Burks for the first time today for the first-year forward from Decatur, Alabama. What a blowout we got right here, 71-47. Ten minutes left to go. Dunked down by Louisville. So 71-49. And they got the dunk in. Louisville will get it back here underneath with 10:03 remaining. Yeah, I think they're going to check the monitor on that as well. So, referees call time. They're going to go to the review on the last turnover off the inbound. So, right now, it's just massive blowout midway through the second half of action here as we're going to We have a clock stoppage currently right now. Hey, what's good? Subject in the stream. Welcome in. Welcome back in. Will on the channel, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, this is looking like the very end of Kenny Payne. Okay, so now they have a time adjustment. I thought so, because my clock was way ahead of the game clock, so the game clock was wrong. So they erased 9 seconds off the... No, now they erase 11 seconds off the game clock, so it was just 9:54, now it's 9:52. They had 10:04 just a moment ago on the game clock. Yeah, it did not look like the game clock had stopped right there. So, now we're going to have a Louisville inbound. So 9:52 left to go. A game clock adjustment that they just had. So that was an 11-second difference, basically, that they just had. Inbound goes to Louisville. 71-49. Jumper for a deep two. Got it. For the deep two, and got fouled as well, was Trey White. So puts his team within 20, and he'll shoot one here at the free throw line. So White was his first free throw tonight. Yeah, usually a lot of the college games that I cover, like the national TV games, like whatever teams are ranked, usually, if it's on like a better, like if the game's good compared to like the nationally televised NBA game usually that night, which they have in store. Justin Edwards inside point-blank range, missed off the mark. And a loose ball foul picked up here. It's going to be charged to Kentucky. So that'll be their 6th picked up. Charged to Bradshaw on the loose ball. This will be Kentucky basketball. This game's starting to get a little bit choppy right now. Bradshaw just picked up his 4th personal foul. So he's the lone player in this game in deep foul trouble for Kentucky. And on the other side, for Louisville, that would be Tylaw Johnson, who's got 4 personal fouls as well. (71-52). Adjustment was a free throw. Wasn't accounted for before. Corner 3 missed off the mark by Kentucky. Put back up and in. That goes through. That's their 10th offensive rebound in the night. Justin Edwards comes out with a putback. The pass deflected at the free throw circle. Reaching in is Kentucky here. And that's number 7. So number 7 now as a team. This will send the Cardinals to the bonus, shooting 1-1. Yep, just another rough season for Louisville. Yeah, just no match. Like, Kentucky just scores the ball so efficiently. Like, you got to match shot for shot, and this has not happened tonight in this game. Sky Clark at the free throw line makes the first one. Clark in the first half, he missed 7 free throws. Check that, he's missed 5 free throws at the line. He's now 4 for 9 at the free throw line for him. Yeah, I remember he was 2 for 7 at one point, and he makes the second one there. So he's 50% right now at the free throw line tonight. Inbound for Kentucky, and they gave it away for a brief moment, or did they? Louisville touches it as it rolls out of bounds, and Louisville deflected it out of bounds. They tried to save it. They couldn't come up with it, and lucky possession there for Kentucky that they're going to have the basketball right back. Will with a dono. Really appreciate it, man, with a dono. Thanks so much, brother. Let's get that dono hype out on the stream for Will. This game was moving by fast in the first half, and all of a sudden it's just started to get choppy lately here. couple turnovers, a lot of fouls picked up. Kentucky looking to make that deep run once again. 2012 National Championship under Coach Cal. 4 Final Four appearances. 7 trips to the Elite Eight. 8:40 left to go in this game, and they're dominant. Up by 19, looking to add to it. Dillingham to the top of the key goes to Mitchell. Pass off to the cutter. Reeves drives down low. Reeves had it blocked, though, in the layup motion. The Cardinals come up with the basketball. Antonio Reeves been phenomenal tonight. 28 points, leading all scores. Sky Clark dribbles right baseline. Clark underneath. Passes off to a cutter. Throws it down with a two-handed flush by Trey White. Creeping in a little bit, but still a long way to come back in this game for Louisville. Kentucky, quick up the floor, right back responds. That's a 5-second possession. Up and in with a layup. Good by Justin Edwards. Just so quick up the floor. You got to know your defensive assignments if you're Louisville. They're 5 points away from scoring 80. Kick to the corner. Johnson off to the elbow. Huntley Hatfield. A lot of time going off the clock with a drawn-out shot clock this possession. Johnson, shot clock down to 12. Drives inside. His pass sails all the way to the backcourt. That's a backcourt violation by Louisville. A big U by the Cards as it goes back to Kentucky. Yikes. That's a rough possession right there. Very, very rough possession. Summing up this game, a backcourt violation. Just one player trying to cut to the hoop, the other trying to play make to him and passing it to the backcourt instead of trying to pass it off to a cut inside. So we take the timeout on the floor. 7:45 left to go. And Kentucky rolling. Looking to pick up win number 9 this season. They lead 75-56. Alright, if you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams I cover. I cover basketball action on the channel, both play-by-play of college basketball, also NBA games as well. My next planned stream is going to be on Christmas Day. It will be the Celtics against the Lakers at 5 p.m. I might do a second stream in there as well on Christmas Day. If that does happen, most likely it will be the Knicks against Bucks in the first game at noontime if I do plan on covering a second game, but I know for sure I'm going to be covering the Celtics-Lakers at 5 p.m. on Christmas Day. Antonio Reeves, phenomenal game by him tonight. He's got 28 points right now, 10 for 15 shooting, 4 made threes. Set the tone for this team from the perimeter. They made all 8 three-point shots in the first half of action for Kentucky. Trey Mitchell, double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds alongside 3 blocks. Just tremendous defensively tonight. And then Rob Dillingham off the bench. He's got 10. Shepard's got 8. 7 off the bench by Thiero. Such a deep team for Kentucky. You got combining for 25 bench points for Kentucky compared to Louisville with just 8 so far today. 3 players, double figures for Louisville. Sky Clark with 15. 14 points by Huntley Hatfield with 9 rebounds. He's perfect, 7 for 7 from the floor, but not many opportunities lately compared to early in the game when he was 6 for 6 in the first half with 12 out of the 14. And then 10 points by Mike James so far today, but that's just on 2 for 9 shooting from the floor. It's just Louisville just cannot keep up with Kentucky's efficiency today. And also the turnovers. Turnovers crush you every single time. In Kentucky tonight, just 7 turnovers. And Louisville with 11 right now. 14 assists by Kentucky to just 7 turnovers. And Louisville, 10 assists to 11 turnovers in this game. The point guard for Louisville actually has turned it over 4 times right now. So just tough game in terms of guard play today. Tyler Johnson, just 2 points, 4 assists, 4 turnovers. And then on the other side, Kentucky just excellent today with the guards throughout this game. And off the bench, Dillingham, no turnovers. Actually, Reed Shepard's been the lead point today. Reed Shepard, just 1 turnover. He's got 9 of the 14 assists to Reed Shepard today. So he's creeping up on a double-double right now in this game. Reed Shepard quietly 8 points alongside 9 assists tonight. So 7:45 left to go. Shepard will be the inbound passers. We're about to get ready to go back to action. Near side of the court, he's defended by James. Inbounds it over to DJ Wagner. Kentucky with the ball back from the timeout. Dillingham outside, moves it off to Edwards. Edwards, open three in the air, splashes it through. 78-56 for a Big Blue with 7.5 minutes remaining. Yikes. Yeah, they already have a mid-major loss so far in their schedule. Here comes a steal. Outlet pass ahead, but Shepard turned it over. Reed Shepard came up with a great steal on the open floor, but couldn't convert on the pass. The Cardinals have it back, just above 7 minutes left to go. Sky Clark running the point right now, dribbles up, drives inside the key, kicks out to the corner. James takes the three, missed off the front rim. Offensive rebound, Huntley Hatfield. Huntley Hatfield tied up underneath, and the referees blow the whistle. They rule tie up. Possession arrow stays Cardinals ball. Inbound back to Louisville. Gonna get that scoreboard update for you guys between Arkansas and their game. Currently, Abilene Christian leading that one at halftime, 35-28. That's wild. Sky Clark took the three, and he drilled it. Kentucky with the ball. Top of the key. Number 21, DJ Wagner. Moves it off to his teammate, drives down low. It's Edwards. Edwards, kiss off the glass, scores up and off the backboard. Dribble drive penetration. 80 points on the board for Kentucky. And that's their 10th game out of 11 this season that they reached at least the 80-point mark with 6:20 left to go. What a game tonight by Big Blue. Just so efficient. Dribble drive attack downhill to the rim, mixing and matching tonight through the twos and through the threes. Justin Edwards scored a bucket. He did get called in the technical, though, after the play was over. So, called in the technical by Edwards. The free throw is good. Vaughn, welcome back in. Thanks for joining in, man. 20-point lead. Edwards will take a seat on the bench now. You got to play some defense to make sure you avoid the track meet against Kentucky. And tonight, Louisville could not get back on defense in transition, and it was rough. Early part of the game, they were in it. They played like a solid 10 minutes, but then Kentucky after that just took over. Sky Clark with the basketball, dribbles, drives, attacks downhill to the rim, missed the layup. The rebound controlled by Kentucky as we reach the 6-minute mark remaining. Dillingham puts the ball into the hands of Mitchell. Open three in the air, right down the chute, he delivers. Bang, bang by Trey Mitchell, making it look too easy there. Took the open three for the big fella, and he sunk it. Can't leave him that wide open. 83-61. Cardinals made a free throw a couple moments ago prior to the Mitchell three. Missed shot down low by White, got deflected. Outside to the trailer. Mitchell again, open three, steps into it, and he rips it through. Splash from the outside. Trey Mitchell, back-to-back threes. He's got 18, his fourth made three of the night. Timeout on the floor by Louisville. 5:29 left to go. Remaining in this rivalry game in a lopsided affair, with Big Blue on top once again. Just so many weapons on this Kentucky squad. Trey Mitchell, Antonio Reeves guiding this team to victory. Trey Mitchell 4 for 7 from the perimeter. 18 points by him with 11 rebounds. How about the playmaking of Reed Shepard tonight? He's got 10 total assists by Reed Shepard. And Trey Mitchell, 50-year senior, started off his career at UMass and just hung out in the open, taking the open threes and making them. That's been a key development spot throughout his career. Came into today just a 34% three-point shooter this season, making 4 threes though, Mitchell. Just Louisville leading him wide open. It's just like target range. Looking like Dante Exum against the Lakers from last week. Just so wide open. Like, you want to try to double another score. Mitchell's putting up double figures already this season. It might be from the low post for most of his points, but he can get you the 3-ball as well. If left open, he has done that on the 6-zip scoring run just by him. Back from the timeout. 5.5 minutes left to go. 2 seasons at UMass, then went to Texas, then to West Virginia last season. 5th-year senior, playing his final year at Kentucky this year. 4th program in 5 years. He started over 100 games during his collegiate career, though. And he put up over 17 points his freshman year at UMass. Scored above 18 points his sophomore year at UMass. Shot the ball above 51% from the floor that second season as well. Sky Clark sends it out to the wing. Catch and fire 3 here by Louisville. They got it. That rains down for number 22 for the Cards, Trey White. Under 5 minutes left to go. Thanks so much all for joining in. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe before I sign off tonight here in the final 4:45 of action. Merry Christmas out to you guys. I plan on being back on Christmas Day for my next stream. At least 1 stream, possibly 2, I know for sure. I plan on covering the Celtics against Lakers on Monday on Christmas Day at 5 p.m. The steal and the jumper. That is good by the Cardinals there. Curtis Williams drills the shot. It is rolled a deep 2. They've made a couple deep 2s in this game where their feet have been on the 3-point line. And that was another one in that instance by Curtis Williams. You got to be aware of where the 3-point line is, and they're just not aware right now for these youngsters on the team. Still used to the high school line, looks like, early on this season, wrapping up the non-conference schedule for the Cardinals. Curtis Williams in his first year from Detroit, Michigan. This will be 2 free throws here by Reeves, who has just been on another level tonight. 28 points by Antonio Reeves. 2 shots at the free throw line. First one's good. Make it 29. Reeves searching for 30. 1 free throw away. Second attempt here at the free throw line by Reeves. It is up and it is through. 88-66. He has got a 30-burger on the board on 10 for 16. Shooting 4 for 5 from 3-point range tonight by Antonio Reeves. Kick to the corner by Sky Clark. Off to Williams. Missed the 3. Rebounded by Clark. Clark at the right corner. Sends it off to James around the perimeter. They will move it for Louisville. Left baseline dribble. Going back door. Missed the layup by Trey White. Tipped over to Mitchell, who's already got a double-double. On the outside here with Wagner. Wagner dribbles, drives down the lane, stripped, and it'll be ruled a reach and foul picked up by the Cards. That's personal foul number 7 of the night here for Louisville. That will send Kentucky into the bonus. Yeah, this is going to be a really rough point in their program. Timeout on the floor right now, 88-66. Down to 3:40 left to go. I mean, if you guys are a Card fan and watching this, just devastating for you guys this year. Last year, just devastating. The year before, I mean, I remember it was a couple years ago when they beat the number 1 team, Michigan, in December. I think that was December of 2019. They won against the number 1 team, Michigan, and then they played in a game in overtime against Kentucky back in 2019 in the rivalry game. And just after that, it's fallen apart. They had the 2020 year, they started out well, and then they couldn't finish off the season on a strong note. They were on the bubble, and they did not have their name called on Selection Sunday in the 2021 year. They did really well getting to that spot, and they just couldn't finish off the season. And then the previous couple seasons just have been a nightmare right now. Oh, wow. So, yep, I think that was the first stream that you ever came on. I remember that game. That had a good amount of people on it that were like new people watching. That was huge. Woof. New Hampshire beat Rhode Island today, 81-71. I've just lost track of Rhode Island. I used to follow them all the time because they were good. Like back until like 2020. Like they at least put together seasons that they would be in the mix of the NCAA tournament, but yikes, they're hitting a pretty big low right now if you lose against New Hampshire. That's just really tough. Yeah, so now they got the graphic up. So I was talking about it, that game that they played against Michigan, and they got the AP number 1 in the poll. So since being the AP number 1 team back on December 9, 2019, they've posted a record of 50-67, 262nd in the nation in total Division 1 rank. That's a winning percentage below 43%. That's gonna be like one of the worst, or no, that's in the 200. So that's in the entire college basketball, which there's above 360 total programs now. But yeah, it's just so unfortunate because they got the talent on this team. They got a lot of four-star recruits that they brought in to this team. I believe 4 of them in the off season. That's top 100 recruits. They just can't put it together, and those guys were supposed to be key transfers. Sky Clark on the team. It's just things just haven't been able to click together. Like it seems like everybody for like power conference teams for the majority have taken a step up compared to last year, like out to strong starts in the non-conference schedule. Like a lot of the Power 5 schools have great records. And then you'll get into like 1 or 2 that are like really struggling this year. Notre Dame, DePaul, West Virginia, and just the case here. Just it's really difficult to watch. 88-67. Jumper for a deep 2 by Louisville, missed off the mark. Kentucky soars up, grabs the defensive rebound as we approach the 3-minute mark remaining. Yeah, this Kentucky team looking like they could go a deep run in the tournament. Like, you can make threes at the level like this. This is really, really good. What Kentucky's doing right now. I was talking about it earlier. I would love to see them play Baylor in the tournaments. Like, that's a good shootout game right there. Like, the first to 100. When both of those teams shoot the cover off the ball from 3-point range this year, right? Right now, Baylor's in a little bit of a slump, but maybe it's Michigan State playing what the preseason expectations were for Michigan State. Maybe that's what they're doing right now. By the way, Michigan State leading Stony Brook 86-44. Yeah, the A10's got a lot of good teams this year. St. Joseph's, they're receiving votes right now for St. Joe's, so they had 1 bad loss. If they turned that loss into a win, I think they lost that game in overtime, like the bad loss. They would have been ranked by now. First one's good at the free throw line. 2:49 left to go. Louisville shooting 2. What's good, Jason? Welcome to the stream here, man. Glad to have you back in the channel, brother. Yeah, no problem. Daniel, welcome back on the stream. Merry Christmas out to you guys. This most likely going to be my final stream before Christmas. I plan on being back, though, on Christmas Day, covering the Celtics-Lakers at 5 p.m. I might have a second stream earlier on Christmas Day. Not sure just yet, though, but I for sure hope to cover Celtics-Lakers 5 p.m. Christmas Day. Final 2:40 left to go in this game. Kentucky with the ball. Dillingham dribbles, drives, bounce pass underneath, kick to the corner, open three, Shepard rips it through, that is good. Bang, bang, Reed Shepard got a double-double tonight, rings it up from the perimeter. 91-69. Everything clicking for Kentucky, just on another level this season with their three-point shooting. Jason with a dono, really appreciate it, brother. With a dono, let's get that dono hype out on the stream for Jason. Clicking tonight from three-point range. Most of their threes were made in the first half. They made 8 of their threes in the first half. Right now, 50% from 3, 12 for 24 from the perimeter. Make the threes, win the game. And Kentucky's tripling Louisville in threes made tonight. 4 for 16 by the Cards from 3. Kentucky 12 for 24 from the perimeter. Shepard shooting almost 60% this year from 3. Just wild. You got lights out scores on this team. Shepard, Dillingham, and then plus Reeves just taking another massive step up this year. Him and Mitchell leading the team. Mitchell double-double, 18 points, 12 rebounds. Reeves got 30. If you guys are just joining in, Antonio Reeves legit could not miss. He went perfect on his first 9 shot attempts from the floor. 9 for 10. He went into halftime. He's currently 10 for 16 on 4 for 5 from 3. And they got 5 players in double figures. Reed Shepard double-double off the bench. 11 points with 10 assists. Dillingham's got 10 points off the bench. Just too much scoring for this to be a contest today. Yeah, that's like the Celtics from last night. Like, the Celtics were bricking threes against Golden State, and then they crushed Sacramento. They put up above 140 points against the Kings yesterday without Jason Tatum. They were making 3 after 3. Yep, you can beat anybody. You're making this type of threes. What's been impressive tonight's been the interior defense, too. You got 8 blocks right now for Kentucky as a team. Just, you look at that, two-sided, that you can do it both in the offensive side, that they're rolling, shooting the ball this year, and then the defense has stepped up in a big way. That time, the shot goes down for Louisville by Huntley Hatfield back from the timeout in the final 2 minutes around. Left to go, Huntley Hatfield double-double, 16 points, 11 rebounds. Yup, 98 champs for Kentucky there. Reed Shepard. Those were the good old days for Jason there. 1:46 left to go. Kentucky turns it over. Going to go back to Louisville. Just a machine. And really appreciate you guys for coming on board, being a part here on the stream tonight, making this possible right now. So Kentucky's got Illinois State to wrap up the non-conference schedule. Actually, they have Gonzaga in a random game in February, but like actual non-conference schedule throughout the first 2 months. They wrap up as Dillingham comes up with a steal, punches it through with a right-handed flush by Dillingham. Wow, with explosiveness right there. Holy smokes. 93-71. The pass down low with a layup made by Okorofor for Louisville. Thanks so much, Charlisa, for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your night. Merry Christmas out to you as well. Final minute remaining right now. Everything going Kentucky's way tonight. Drive, attack downhill, right to the rim. The layup made with a right hand by DJ Wagner. 95 in the board. Wagner, number 6 ranked recruit, the freshman class. Dillingham, top 20 recruit. Edwards and Bradshaw, 3 and 4. We've got 52 seconds left to go. Let's see here. The ball got poked loose. The steal by Shepard. The pass ahead off to Dillingham. And out in transition, punched it through. As we see the replay right there with a windmill. Right-handed windmill dunk going up by Dillingham. And those two guys, the sixth options on the team this season, just phenomenal. 52 seconds left to go, 95-73. And Louisville here in the bonus. Double bonus, check that now. So they'll shoot 2 in the double bonus. First one's good. Getting some playing time. Number 22, Walker Horn. The first time today, checks onto the floor. The sophomore from Austin, Texas. And he's yet to score this season. He has 52 seconds to see if he can finally pad the stat sheet right now for Walker Horn. Second free throw is good. 20-point Kentucky lead. Another blowout and another rivalry game. Turnover in the key by Kentucky. Louisville comes out with a steal. A 3 in transition. Missed off the mark. No good by Hersey Miller. Put back chance around and out. But a core of 4 gets fouled. So down to 35.8 seconds left. And 2 free throws will come up at the line. The conference play starts off for Kentucky. And this will be against Florida. Which Florida's getting on a roll as of late. A road game at Florida. That's January the 6th in the afternoon. 12:30 p.m. Be a good night game, January the 9th on a Tuesday, 7 p.m. hosting Mizzou. That's their conference home opener on January the 9th. They got a couple of key games early on in the schedule. Texas A&M right now unranked. They returned most of their players back from last year for Texas A&M. I guess the good sign for Kentucky is that they have a road game at Texas A&M early on in the schedule. I'd say that's probably where you want to get Texas A&M because Texas A&M has been notorious the past couple of years for deep runs late in the season for them. They've been slow starters, but they've been able to make deep runs. They just got bounced out from the top 25 this past week. We're down to the final 15 seconds left to go. Corner 3, bricked off the mark by Kentucky. Rebound control by Louisville. Under 10 seconds left to go right now. The lopsided game started off Louisville with an early lead, 5-zip. The first 8 to 10 minutes were close, but other than that, Kentucky, 2 massive runs. The first half of action, they went up by 20 going into halftime. No problem for Big Blue in this game as they take control. They win 95-76, the final score. Kentucky picks up win number 9 this season for the 9th-ranked team in the nation. And Louisville falls to 5-7. On the season this year. A lot of question marks with who's going to be the next head coach. This could be it for Kenny Payne. As we close out here, this one has gone final. I plan on being back on Christmas Day. We might have 2 streams, depending. I do plan on covering at least one on Christmas Day. So it's going to be Celtics against Lakers at 5 p.m. Christmas Day. I might have another one possibly in there for NBA on Christmas Day, but that's my next one that I plan on covering. Will be on Christmas, Celtics against Lakers at 5 p.m. Possibly I might do the 12 p.m. game between the Knicks and Bucks as well. Gonna have to see my schedule depending, but I know for sure I plan on covering the Celtics Lakers on Christmas Day. But thanks so much all for joining in, being a part of the stream. Before you do wrap up, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, and thanks so much all for joining in. If I don't see you guys in the Christmas stream, Merry Christmas out to you guys, and wow, what a start this season it has been for Kentucky right now. Their offense clicking. 95 points they hang up today. Antonio Reeves drops down 30. That's on 10 for 16 shooting from the floor. He made 4 3-point shots in the first half of action. 2 players who posted a double-double today. Trey Mitchell, 18 points, 12 rebounds. He also had 3 blocks. He made 4 threes for Mitchell, who came into the game as a 34% 3-point shooter. Left wide open on target range, and he was making threes in this game for Trey Mitchell. Reed Shepherd, great game by him. He had 11 points alongside 11 total assists, and then 13 by Edwards on 60% shooting in this game. And Dillingham, coming off the bench, he had 12 for Dillingham on 5 for 9 shooting. Just solid production by those 5 guys today, 5 players in double figures. Louisville led by Sky Clark, actually. He had 20, then Huntley Hatfield at 16 and 11. But in the end, the threes just outweighing for one team, just too good from three-point range. Kentucky tripled Louisville in three-point shooting today. 12 made threes by Kentucky, and Louisville made just 4 threes this entire game. But thanks so much all for joining in, being a part of the stream, everybody. Big Blue on top in this one as they win 2 in a row for Big Blue in the rivalry series. Kentucky over Louisville, 95-76, the final score. We're going to wrap up here to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of every single one of my live streams, and we get the channel members here for Jason, Rajip, Russell, Oreo Pudding, Bradley, Sister Surround, TMC, Braden, Mario, Bino, Mark, John, Kenneth, Tristan, Jess, Ahino Joseph, Vegas, SG Sports Talk, Derek, Ice Ice Baby, Michael, Warren, I Am Ghost, Kelly, Asia, Laszlo, Joe, Roderick, Reynaldo, Didi, Katie, Barco, Chuck, Siegel, Woo Pig, Ian, Oink Oink, Emmanuel, Robin, and Dave. Thanks so much all for joining in, being a part of the stream. Big Blue wins Kentucky on top in this one, 95-76, the final score over Louisville. Thanks so much, everybody. Merry Christmas out to you guys. And my next planned stream hopefully will be on Monday on Christmas Day covering the NBA, so feel free to join me in if you guys would like. If not, Merry Christmas out to you guys and Happy Holidays. Thanks so much, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday night.